very proud to share that we have him with a very deep knowledge in training and development, as he also is one of the deputy director of Department of Training, Ministry of Culture and Fine Arts. So in Cambodia, and he has a very, you can say, in-depth knowledge about this, and he has recently done a research also about the same. So we are going to learn a lot about the training and development from him, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy the session. So keep joining the session and let us know how you are feeling about the sessions. So first of all, I would like to give this opportunity to Mr. Sopengtep to address the audience and introduce himself a little more so that the audience feel connected to him. Over to you, Mr. Sopengtep.
Okay, thanks, Priya. Good morning and good evening from Cambodia. And today in Cambodia, it is 5 o'clock p.m. That's why I say good evening to all of you. Yes, okay. Today I have the great opportunity to share a little bit knowledge related to the webinar that focus on the designing effective employee training and development program. Yes, basically, according to what we already started related to that, I just briefly explain all of you that I am the Deputy Director of Department of Training, Ministry of Culture and Fine Art from Cambodia. And basically, according to what we already mentioned related to effective employee training and development program, surely, before we move to talk in detail about that, I just inform all of you to know the differences between training and development. Yes, I am going to go through more, but I give the opportunity a little bit to Priya that you can speak a little bit, and then I'm going to through more.
Thank you so much. That was a good introduction, and I think we're going to get more about it. And before we begin with the session, as already shared, like the panelists, that we're going to learn more about training and development, how they're different and why is that so, like what is this concept about. And then we'll also delve deeper into the importance of employee performance in today's webinar, and we'll learn how the training plays an important role in improving the performance of an employee, and we'll explore it further with some of the methods that there are out there in training, and how they are differently placed together, and they help the employer or the organization to bring the best out of their employees. So we'll be learning more. I think it's going to be a full of learning session. Don't worry about it that it's going to be burdensome, but we'll be having it slowly and you'll be learning a lot about the same. But before we start, we have an icebreaker for you. So I'm going to put a question on your screen and you'll be able to see it, and you have to tell me the answer in the chat box by sharing what exactly is the correct answer from your end. And I'll be waiting for your answers. Let me share. The question is there on your screen now. It says, what is the key concept for effective training? Is it the first one, which says one size fits all approach, which means that all the companies can have the similar same training program and they can bring out the best from their employees? Is it that so? If you believe so, let us know. The second is generic training content. That means everybody can follow same content, same type of training. And the third one is tailoring programs to meet organization needs. Do you think that? Do you think that organizations can meet their organization objectives or goals through their training programs, if you believe that? And D is ignoring organization requirement in training. I am not sure. Maybe D can be the option. What do you think?
Okay. Thank Priya. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, according to what is the key concept for effective training, and Priya already mentioned from the answer from number 1 to number, okay, A, B, C, and D, and then you are going to select one. Right now, before we move to talk to the other point, you just inform all of you to know the differences between the word training and development. before we move going through about that. Basically, while talking about the word training, it is used to express about the first staff or first officer who are just start working in your own organization. They are just coming to work and they do not have much experience or much knowledge related to that. And while talking about the word development, it's referring to train the person or the staff or officer who already have the position, he or she have the knowledge and skill. He is expert about this point or that point, and then we need to develop him or her in order to improve the quality of a skill, ability, and for providing or reaching the organization or company to be successful. Yes. And this is the core point that is just inform you to know about the differences between training and development. And before we move to talk to about the other point, just let all of you to know about if you would like to be the first point, that how can you improve or how can you design the training properly for providing the student or for providing the staff or the officer to meet the reaching goal. At least all you need to know about the training design process. In order to meet the training design process, all you need to meet the 7 steps from the first one. It's about conducting the need assessment. The second one is about the ensuring employee readiness for training. The third one is about the creating a learning environment. And then we move to the ensuring the transfer of training. After that, we need to know the developing an environment plan. After that, we're going to select the training method. And finally, we need to know exactly the monitoring and evaluation program. Yes, in this concept, need assessment is, can you move to one more slide? Yes, and in this concept, before we move to talk in detail about the effectiveness of the training, employee training, we need to know about the benefit of employee training. The first one, why do we need to make the training? The first one is about to improve the job performance. Yes, the ability, the job performance of the staff or of the organization of the company will go through. And then increase the job satisfaction. It's about how can the officer or the staff satisfied, happy, agree what have been done or what have been developed. Another point, enhance the skill and competency. We know exactly that according to the officer or to the staff that they do not have enough ability, skill, or competency to challenge or to perform the task. So we need to design the training course or training program for providing them to get the best skill and competency. And then we need to provide them to meet the high employee motivation. Designing the training program is absolutely the best point to all of you. Especially we can use the Maslow theory for motivation or the self-determination theory for motivation them. And then the better career development opportunity. No one go without growing up. All of the staff or officer need to be grown up, but they don't know exactly how can they become the good staff or the good officer. So we need to find them. We need to train them for providing them to reach the goal and the company goal also. So let's move to another point. Everyone, just can you move to one more slide? Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, according to what we are going to train for expressing the effective employee training, we need to know about how to do the need assessment. Why do we need to do the need assessment or need analysis? Or we can call training need analysis. The design process begins with a need assessment. Subsequent steps in the process including ensuring that employees have been motivated and basic skills necessary to learn, creating a positive learning environment, make sure the trainee use learn skill on the top job, and then choose the train method and evaluating the result. So the first thing that we need to focus, what is need assessment? And why do we need to use the need assessment? Need assessment refers to the process to determine whether the training is necessary or is necessity. Another point that we need to focus that need assessment can be involved to three factors. The first one is about the organizational need assessment. The second, organizational need assessment or organizational analysis. The second one is about the person analysis, and the third one is about the task analysis. Why do we need to make the organizational need analysis? Before we move to use the person analysis, organizational analysis determine the appropriateness of training during the company business strategy and results. We need to focus the whole point. Yes, the whole point from the external environment and internal environment, from the building capital.
And that's how we have the analysis of training needs, like judging the environment. We will have Sofin Temp in a minute. Maybe there is some issue, but we need to identify first the specific training objective of it, and then we need to analyze the environment according to that. Can you all please share in the chat box if we are still connected? Yes, thank you so much for confirming, everybody. Now, Sofing is also with us now. Thank you so much for rejoining, Mr. Ted. Would you like to please continue? Take the stage.
Okay, yes. Okay, thank you. Let me continue. So the first one is about organizational analysis already, and then we move to person analysis. Person analysis determine whether the performance, the efficiency result from the lack of knowledge, skill, or ability, or competency of the staff or the officer. And we need to know who needs training. The employee readiness for training or not. While talking about the employee readiness for training or not, we need to know about they have the chance or opportunity. Yes, they have some ability, knowledge, skill, and they have the time. And then we need to know about the task analysis. It really is really important that to know about the person analysis and task analysis in the whole organization, not in the whole company. According to task analysis, identify the important task and knowledge, skill, and behavior that need to be emphasized in training for employees to complete the task. You know, while we talk about the training need analysis about this, we need to know about the whole process of the training. Before training, during training, and post-training. So another point is also, it's really important that assessing the skill gap and performance deficiency. In this point, we just make clear that what is the skill, the ability, behavior of the staff of the officer. Do you think that they really lack, they are deficiency or not? They have enough skill to do this or to perform the task. And then we make the identifying the specific training objective. When we do the need assessment or when we conduct the training need analysis already, yes, the second part is about how to make a specific training objective. We know exactly that the staff or the officer do not have enough ability to conduct this or to conduct that or to perform the task properly. For example, we providing them to work related to the finance or segment. But the ability, the skill, the knowledge of the staff that they can not perform related to the financial statement or related to management. We can say that one person, or many people, they start to manage the company or they manage the organization, but they don't know how to manage the organization. Especially, they don't know exactly about the staff, the behavior of the staff, the background of the staff, knowledge, ability, skill of the staff, and how can they lead them. They don't know exactly about how to motivate or how to encourage the staff. So how can they lead them? So we need to make the properly or specific training purpose or objective clearly, exactly for meeting the goal. And then tailoring training program to meet the organization need. When we know exactly that, there are a lot of the problem for designing, training the staff, but we cannot do on the same time. So we need to make a tailoring training program, try to find the good orientation for meeting the specific goal or specific need of the organization. And then try to find the data-driven approach to the training design. Yes. Yeah, please move. Okay.
That's well said. And that the most important part of this, Mr. Teb, is that if we don't know where we have to go, then it's useless, right? So it's
Yeah, you can continue. Yes.
think, like, what is please give us some.
Apologies for the delay. I think Sophie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I just hear. Yes,
I think
okay.
Darshini is facing some problem. Maybe if you would like, I can share the presentation and you can take it forward.
Okay. Yeah, yes, I am going to share the slide by myself. Yes. Okay. Please just keep waiting for me. Yes. Okay. No. Yeah, no. Show my slide. Okay. Okay.
Please give us some time. There is a technical glitch. We will be resuming the session pretty soon.
Okay, it's done. So let's continue.
Yes, Sophie, we can put it in a slideshow mode and we can continue from where we last left.
Okay, yes. Okay. Is it okay right now?
Yes, pretty good.
Okay. Everyone, when we design it properly, when we find, okay, we know the problem, when we already done about the need assessment already, and then we design for practicing, for meeting the reaching goal, we design the best objective already. We are going to use the effective training method. Basically, for finding the effective training method, there are lots. Yes. The first one is about the on the job or off the job. while talking the effective training, we can say training in general. So the training program can be based on the job or on the job training. Like on the job training, we focus about on the job training instruction. Sometimes we need to design the training course by providing or expressing the participants who are working in the organization or in the company to study the short course for 1 week or 2 weeks by using the own instruction or the instruction from the top or from the head of the company, like director or manager or general director. And then, okay, on the job training related to the coaching, sometimes if we know exactly that the staff or the officer that they don't have enough ability, we can use the coaching them, teach them, train them. From 1 day, okay, the first thing that you need to train them by using the theory, and you need to know about the task that they need to perform. When we know exactly the task that they need to perform, we need to tell them the theory, tell them the definition, tell them the guideline, and then instruct them by using the role play or by performing. Another point is the part of the on-job training we need to counsel. You know, when they have enough or when they have some ability, we know that our staff, yes, they get some knowledge, skill, or ability, but they do need to develop, to improve. So we can make a good counseling to them related to the skill, related to their post or their position or their function or their duty. And then we need to delegate. You know, delegation is the best thing to them. We provide them to know or to meet clearly. The staff know the best task they can do. Then we need to delegate, give them the power, give them the authority to decide what can be decided or what need to transfer to the supervisor or to the boss or to the director. And then sometimes we can continue to provide them that we can call secondment. Secondment briefing, we need to train them by providing them to study or to train in the other workplace. In our company or in our organization cannot teach them, cannot train them. We can provide them. I can raise one example to share you. Like in Cambodia, while talking about the e-government, digital learning, digital teaching, or digital working, we can call ICT. Basically related to the e-government or the digital task, it is not easy for the people or the staff or the officer who are working in some organization or in some public organization. So the staff really have low the ability related to the ICT or the e-government. So we need to train them. Sometimes the director does not have enough ability to train them. So in this reason, we need to provide them or push them to get the knowledge by using the training at overseas or in another organization. And sometimes we need to find the sponsorship or the fund for providing the staff or the officer to get the skill or knowledge properly related to the ICT. Sometimes we need to guide the project. I mean that the action learning, guide the project or action learning is really important. In Cambodian context, sometimes they know the theory, they know the definition, but related to the project, they don't know exactly clearly. So this is what I already mentioned related to on-the-job training. So on-the-job training, we can train by using the specific method. Those specific methods related to on-the-job training instruction, coaching, counseling, delegation by the boss or director, secondment, guide project, or learning action. This is the first thing related to the job on-the-job training. Another point, we can use another method for providing an effective method, like e-learning online module. E-learning and online module like we are conducting. Before, we need to train face-to-face. But right now, e-learning by using the Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or Google Meet, and so on. Yes. We can use a smartphone, we can use a computer, or all the other thing. Yes. Another point, we can use the classroom training and workshop. This is also the good method for using the training too. Classroom training refer to the face-to-face training that we can train the staff or the officer 1 week, 2 weeks, depending on the lesson or the concept or the goal or the purpose that we need to train them. Yes. In Cambodian context, related to the human resource management. Yes, human resource management, we can say the middle, the team leader, the managerial managerial, and then it's about the leadership staff. Like laissez-faire, autocratic, and so on, that we need to use in the classroom training or we conduct the workshop. Yes. So another point is about the coaching and mentoring. Related to the coaching and mentoring is really important to the leader, the writer for training the staff. Coaching refers to what you can call one by one. You can deliver the skill, knowledge, and then one by one. And then you need to do the mentoring. You need to do the mentoring program. Mentoring program. We need to mentor already and find a good monitoring. So these are the effective training methods that you can do related to on-the-job training, learning online module, classroom training or workshop, and coaching and mentoring. Okay, I give the floor to you can add some point. Yes, okay. Please, Priya.
Yeah, so I actually want to share something related to coaching and mentoring, and so the best part is that you learn from somebody, and you get to know more things about something that you might not experience. Now, what I mean by saying this is, like, let me share this, that when I was working under one of the manager, and I got some tips and tricks to handle the things, maybe the learners or whatever I had to handle. And those were the learnings, actually. Whatever she was teaching me and whatever she was telling me was something from her experiences, which we might not get to know, right? So there was this benefit of this coaching and mentoring, which I felt is the amazing one, right? Whatever you might not go through, you learn about that also. Or you might go through in future, you might come across that situation. You already have the solution of the same in advance. So that's what is the best part of coaching and mentoring is. And there are some role plays also. How do I relate it? Let me give you one scenario. You might have seen that before giving a position, some of the companies actually give you the acting role of it. Like that means maybe you are going to be a manager in upcoming, you're performing very well, right? But let's say that somebody is already there at the senior position, and maybe because there are some hierarchies in companies, and that's been followed. So you are not given the opportunity right now because there is no place, but you have all the caliber, you have all the talent to get there. So what happens is that you get into the acting role of the position, and that somehow you can say as a role play. And then we have to play all the roles and responsibility of that position, and you get to know more about it. You get to know more about the position that you will be joining soon, maybe in a month or so. So that will help you to gain more skills, to prepare yourself for the difficulties, for the challenges that you will be facing in that role. And that is how you get the advantage of this training method, which is also a very famous method. You all must agree to this, that this is also becoming a very famous and enormously used method. We can move ahead with the learning project, and let me tell you that there are not only these methods, there are many methods of training which we might come across and which we might talk about it, because we have limited time in this webinar, and that is why we chose to talk about these 6 or these 5. And we have a lot of training methods that will be coming across, and we will be telling you in the upcoming webinars. But yes, in every training that you are in, make the most of it, because it's a learning journey. Any training that you are in, or you are providing somebody a learning training, then that has to be the best one, because after that maybe you're giving a responsibility to that person. Maybe the person is going to be maybe a new joinee, right? So in that case also, you have to make sure that they're performing to the best. Maybe somewhere, if you feel that they do not performing, this could be one of the reasons that the trainings could be a little more effective. So this goes on and on, trainings and telling the persons that what exactly is the way of doing the things, and the most efficient way. So that is how we try to make it, and try to train people on the same things, on the performances that you're expected to do, so that they can bring up the best performance out of there, right? So what do you think? Do you agree with that, Sophie?
Okay, good. Well done. Yes, okay. Okay. Yes. Another point, we know the purpose, we know the problem before we decide how to do the training employee. And we set the goal, or we set the purpose, and we know already about the method that we are using. So after we conduct the training program, here is the way that is stressing all of you to know about how to make the good measure of training effective. Basically, for measuring the training program in order to meet the successful or the effectiveness, there are a lot of the points. But here we can rest only just one model, that this is a good model coming from the Kirkpatrick, or we can call the Kirkpatrick model. You know, before we start to explain about the Kirkpatrick model, that there are 4 points. I just briefly inform all of you to know about the Kirkpatrick model. Kirkpatrick model was developed by Donald Patrick, and it is a widely used framework for evaluating the effectiveness of the training and the learning program. The model consists of the 4 levels of evaluation, and each assessing different aspects of the training initial. These levels are often referred to as the Kirkpatrick. And here the pre-description of each level that we need to know, from the first level to the 4th level. Yes. And the first one, sorry, okay. Sorry. Yes, there are 4 levels that we need to focus on to know. The first level is about the reaction, the second one is learning, and the third one is the impact, and the final point is about the result. And the level 1 that is facing the reaction, we can call the smart set. And this is focus on how to measure the participant immediate reaction and feeling toward the training. The method that we can use in the first level, you can use the survey, the questionnaire, and the feedback form. Yes, and the purpose to achieve the participant certification, engagement, and perceive relevance of the training. This is for expressing the first level. The second level is about the learning. Yes, This focus on how to assess the extent to which the participants have the acquire the new knowledge and skill during the time of training. Yes, during the time of training. The method that we can use pre-test and post-test. It's really important to all of you to form understanding or knowing about pre-test and post-test for providing them to know the ability, the skill, yes, and the knowledge of the participant before we conduct the training program. Yes. And then we can make it challenging. The difference is between the first, the pre-training and the post-training. After that, we are going to know exactly about their own result. Yes, their own performance. Before they conduct the training, they know nothing. They cannot perform the job. After that, they got the training, and we can provide them 3 months or 6 months to perform or to conduct the job, the task, and then we can try to see about how can they achieve after they finish their training. We can use the method like quizzes, assignment, and skill demonstration. The purpose of the level 2 is about how to determine the effectiveness of the learning experience in terms of knowledge transfer and skill development. Yes. Another point is about the level 3, the focus on the level 3, the focus on about the impact. I just briefly all of you to be clear related to that if you decide to use the level 1, the question that we need to focus, like did the learner enjoy the training? The level 2, did the learner, did the learning transfer the occur? And the level 3 impact, did the training change the behavior or not? So move to the briefly explain of the levels related to the behavior. This focus on how to make a good evaluation of the application of acquire knowledge and skill on the job. The method that we need to use, we can use the observation. Yes, we can use observation, self-assessment, supervision feedback, and job performance or review. And the purpose to understand whether the participants are applying what they learned during the training in their day-to-day work. The last point is about level 4. Yes, in the level 4, they need all of you to know about the result. How can we get the result from the participant or from the staff or from the officer? Yes. So this focus on how to examine the impact of the training on broader organizational goal and outcome. The method that we need to use, like the key performance indicator, we can call KPI, productivity, metric, quality improvement, and organizational impact assessment. The purpose of this, we need to determine the overall effectiveness of the training program by linking it to the tangible business result. Everyone, according to this, if you decide to use the Kirkpatrick model to measure the effectiveness of training, we can use from the level 1, from the action until the level 4 of the result. So I give the floor to Priya for add some specific thought. Yes, Priya, you can start. Hello, Priya.
You already mentioned it, but let me share one of the things that I can recall it. So, once it happened that I was in a training and we were asked to share one, we had 2 faces, a green face with a smiley and a red face with a sad face. And we had to share how did we feel about maybe the day or the training or the trainer. So this is one of the interesting way to know about how effective the training was. Right? This is a very small gesture to share it. Obviously, most of the people will be sharing a happy thing, right? So, but this is a very good thing to know whether they were happy about it, because if there is one more person that is that has something to share, what they liked about it, what they felt that could be improved in the upcoming training that can be actually shared by the trainees. And this is how you can improve. Now, not only for the trainer, this is also good for the trainee who is attending it, because let's say that you are in a training session and you understood most of it, but there was something that you missed out because of something. But let me tell you that there are n number of thoughts. I read it somewhere that 70,000 thoughts run in our mind in a day. 70,000. So that's a good number. So it can happen that you miss out something. When you share it with the trainer, you actually get to know more about it, what exactly you missed. Maybe that could be one of the you can say crucial points of the training. So this evaluation method exactly does the same and help us to get more about the training which has happened, about what we have learned. Now we have a question for the audience to answer, and we all the participants who are there who have listened to us, I request you all. We have already got started getting the answers. So I really like your activeness, everybody. So thank you so much for sharing. Yes, yes, you all are right. No doubt, you all are right with the answer. This is 4. So in Kirkpatrick model, we have 4 levels as already discussed and shared and highlighted by Mr. Sofing Tep. Now, I think you got very engaging and active audience out there, Mr. Sofing Tep.
Yes.
The moment they saw the question, they were ready with the answer.
Okay.
Over to you. We can have the next learning, because you already have given the answer for that. Yes, there are 4 levels. So the 4 levels has already been discussed. Yes, B is the correct answer.
Okay. Yes, good. Thanks, Priya, for your cool sharing. Yes. Okay. So everyone, here are the training evaluation methods that we already done about for finding the effective way or effective method for providing, helping to get a successful training program, like pre or post training assessment and performance appraisal, survey questionnaire, and key performance indicator, or we can call KPI. Yes. Okay. Yes. And you hear?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So another thing, it is stressing about the continuous learning and culture by it depending on the real situation, and we are coming from the different nation. That's why the way of using continuous learning culture might be different a little bit. But according to what I already mentioned, and Freya already shared the good point, you just briefly explained that. And when we decide to make a good training program, if you would like to use the teacher center approach, or student center approach, or independent learning approach, or cooperative learning approach, yes, inquiry-based learning approach, it's up to you. Okay, according to what we already mentioned about that, like the continuous learning culture, like fostering a culture, continuous learning, encouraging self-direct learning. You know, why do we need to use the self-direct? Yeah, encourage self-direct learning. Sometimes the participant staff or the officer need to know that after they finish their training course, how can they get a good benefit? We are the leader of the company or of the public organization. We need to know that after they finish the training, after they get the skill, knowledge, or competency, and they can perform the task properly for reaching the educational or business organizational goal. And how can you make a good encouragement to that? We can use many stuff or many theory, but for me, I can share you to know about the way of using related to Bloom taxonomy. No, it's not the Bloom taxonomy. It is related to the Maslow hierarchy of need. Maslow hierarchy of need that they provide all you to be clear, and the 5 basic steps. The first, if you can provide the stuff or the participant related to the physiological goal
or physiological need. And sometimes it depends in Cambodian context. I just share from in Cambodian context, like, and we need to know about the staff need. Yes, what is the staff need? What is staff want? Sometimes they get they need to get the increased salary, and sometimes they need to get the reward. Sometimes some staff, they already have the reward, they already have money, yes, but they need the second point about safety. They need to work in the good condition, in good condition. Like they need to work in the peaceful way. They need to be safety. Yes. Another point, we can motivate and encourage them by providing the love of belonging. Sometimes this is the third step from Maslow. Sometimes they don't need money. They don't want to get increase the salary, but they just get the friendliness, respect, and so on. After that, the esteem. Try to make the good challenging, try to understanding from each other, try to believe, try to trust from each other, and try to make a good respect to each other from the top management to the lower staff. So in this reason, another point, the role of leadership in promoting the training program is also important. You are the leader in a company, in public or private sector. How can you lead? How can you lead your staff for reaching the goal, for reaching the organization? It is not easy. We need to know about how to analyze, how to make the good job description, how to provide and the clear goal, clear task and opportunity to them to work. Yes, you need the role of the leadership that promoting the training program, that you need to focus about the first thing. The leader need to have the power and ability, power, and then the power or the authority. And then the leader need to have the ability. This is referring to the knowledge, skill, and okay. And the third, the leader need to have the good communication. We need to make the good and friendly one-way communication or two-way communication from the top to the bottom or from the bottom to the top. And then we need to have the good motivation. After that, we need to have about the good behavior of the leader. If the leader are not having the good behavior, there will be the problem to the staff. Yes, to the officer. Sometimes the staff cannot perform the task properly because of the bad leadership, the bad behavior of the leader. And then the commitment, strong commitment. Yes. Are you sure you are the leader that you can make the good, strong commitment? Yes. So these are the role of leadership in promoting the training. Sometimes you are the leader and you don't know you can analyze. You cannot analyze. You cannot do the need assessment. And how can you design the training program? Yes. And then you can celebrating the learning achievement. So when you understand all. Okay, I give Priya the floor for add some point related to that. Yes, Priya, please.
That during your conversation, I was actually able to recall one of the pinpoints as like one of the trainers shared that accountability and responsibility is the two sides of the same coin. Now, why is this relevant? Let me share that. Now, if you give somebody the responsibility and you are not giving them the freedom to do the task, the power, and you're not holding them accountable, then sometimes it may happen that you lose the control over it, right? But if you give the power to that person to perform his or her duties, and then you give them the responsibility that, yes, these are some of your tasks, then in that case, the person will be able to perform the task to the best and just justify all the responsibility given to that person. And in case you only give the power and there is no accountability, you don't have you have not given anybody the accountability, then there can be some misuse of some power, right? Because the person is not accountable. The person is not going to answer any of the questions maybe asked by anybody. So it's very important that you have the power also when you're performing your some responsibility assigned to maybe some assigned by some of the managers, and then so with the efficiency, when you expect the efficiency, giving them the power also is important while you training them. Make them understand that they're given the responsibility, they are given some accountability, but yes, they have some power also to make the use of it, to make the best of their responsibility, and at the end come ahead and empower themselves. I remember one of the meetings, so in that there was one very nice quote or a very nice statement shared by one of the senior manager. So he mentioned that if you want something in your life, come forward. You don't have to hide behind. If you hide behind, you won't be seen. You won't be visible. So that was the point. It hit me actually. Many people try to get something, right? I want to be the manager. I want to be the CEO. I want to be somebody in my life. But what are you doing for it, right? Training yourself, involving in the continuous learning, exploring the good things, and coming across your comfortable zone is something that we all need to learn. We all need to outshine to achieve what we dream of. I can dream of becoming a CEO any point of the day, but how do I make that dream come true is something that we need to work on ourselves. We need to train ourselves. Try to come out of that crowd. There are many people working in your company. How can you come out? How can you make the best of the learning opportunity shared by your company, by your manager, by your trainer? And at the same time, how can the higher managers or higher management system help each and every employee to get out of it, to get out of the crowd? Because at the end of the day, every manager wants that I want everybody in my team to perform the best. And it doesn't mean that they can throw out somebody who's not doing good, right? Because we need to train these people. We need to train these people to come out and shine. And that makes a leader, right? If you promote the continuous learning concept in your team, if you perform some trainings that makes your employees feel, yes, here is something that I need to improve and I can get what I dream of. So that learning culture is very important to inculcate in your team, in your organization, and get the most efficient team that you have in your organization, which will ultimately lead to good numbers, good figures in terms of revenue, sales, and whatever you count for. And that's exactly that I also believe. I hope you also believe the same, Mr. Soppington. What do you say about that?
Okay, yes. Great, yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So let's continue. And everyone, here are the company with the training and development program. And from the Seattle and Genetic and Sharp, Amazon, AT&T, and Randstad US and PSEC, and Schneider Electric, and Marriott International. Yes. And right now, it's more to the conclusion. According to the whole work, so they're talking about the how to and how to design the effective training and development program. It's really important for providing the clear feedback. So if you would like to design the effective employee training and development program, the first thing that we need to know how to make the good need assessment. Need assessment referring to the organizational analysis, person analysis, and task analysis, especially the person analysis. That are the employee ready for getting the training program? This is the core question that we need to ask the participant or the staff. The second one, why do we need to know that they are ready or not? Because we need to find about the real problem to the staff. Do they have enough ability? Do they have enough quality? Or we can call total quality management of the staff? Yes. And if they lack of, they are deficiency, and then we need to conduct the training program. So when we conduct the training program, we need to provide a specific goal. What is the goal or the purpose of the training program? For providing, completing the capacity building of the. And then we need to use the specific method. The specific method that we need to conduct related to many specific methods, but just briefly some specific method that we can call effective training method, on the job training method, e-learning on learning module, stimulation and role play, classroom training and workshop, or coaching and mentoring. After that, you can use we can share the teacher center or student center approach. Yes, and sure. Another point that we need to be clear about how to lead. We can call employee engagement. You are the leader. How can you lead? How can you motivate? How can you push the staff for reaching the goal? For providing the educational or non-educational organization to meet the employee development problem. So these are the briefly conclusion related to our webinar. And I give the floor to Priya. You can add and you can share. Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think you've already summarized of it, but I really want our participants to share what they have gone through, like during this webinar, what exactly you think that you have come across. Would you like to share in a sentence or a word? We would really appreciate that what we have done. Let's do a recap in the chat box. Like, let's do something that you have learned maybe, or maybe you already got to know, maybe you found something very nice. Let us know about that. And meanwhile, I'll help you out with some of the like we at UniEth now keep on arranging such webinars for all of you, right? So we help you try to get all the concepts clear. Maybe learn something new now. I'll give some of the information about UniEth now, what is happening out here, and let you learn more about it before we bombard Mr. Sopentep with a lot of questions that we have. I know that you have held your horses for long, but yes, I'm sure I'm not going to take a lot of time, and I'll give you the information about the UniEth and what is the service that we have been providing. I'm sure some of you already know about it. So let's give Mr. Sopentep a breather of 10 to 15 minutes, and let's talk about what is happening in here. So I hope my screen is visible, and if you can see UniEth on the slide, I request you all to share a thumbs up in the chat box and let us know that yes, we can see that. Now, let me start talking about it. At UniEth, not only this webinar, we have been helping a lot of learners and getting to know more about it. We have been providing some learning opportunities, and how do we do that? Let me tell you. So we claim that our courses, our services are affordable, flexible, and accessible. You'll get to know more about it. Why are we claiming this? So at UniEth we have many learners who are benefiting out of these courses. In numbers, if I say, it's more than 2 lakhs. And we have we have spread the services more than 200 companies. If I say specifically, maybe 212 plus. And we have 400 plus courses available for you, which you can benefit out of, and you can get most of the sources that we have been providing you. Now, you must be thinking that what certificate we are giving. So after completing the course, it's not like that you're just getting a certificate of completion, but you will be actually getting the accredited certificate from very renowned universities, say Aberte, GMU, we have CIQ, many SQA, we have many renowned universities from which you're getting the certificate for your course. Moving further, we not only offered specific courses about specific subject or specific academics, we have many courses, say it masters, MBA, micro courses, doctorate courses. Yes, you heard me right. We have doctorate courses as well. And here we not only give you the academic courses, but you can actually get benefit of short courses which are free for learning. You heard me right. This was the word that I used, free. And there are a lot of things that you can learn about. You can learn the basics of anything. You can learn the essentials of anything, or maybe you can master a skill that you already know, right? So you can get to know more about it and help yourself learn more about some of the things that you already know, or you want to know more by academic courses, choosing one of our academic courses, and the courses which are free. Now, moving further, as I already shared with you that we have the courses which are accessible, flexible, and we have you can say affordable courses also. So how is that possible that an online course can have all the courses and can have all these three qualities? Now, how do we do it? Because we have flexible payment options. So there are so many courses available to us for which you can actually pay per the module. So let's say that you pay for the current module and you don't want to pay for the complete course altogether. You can actually complete the current module and then pay for the next module when you want to start that module. That is how we claim that we are flexible. And moving further, we have 100% online tutorials, reading materials, and everything. That said, that you will be getting all the materials on your portal, easily accessible. Any point of the day, you can actually get the access of all the materials, and you get the benefit of it. So that also makes you learn at your own pace. Now we have actually many students who are professionally very busy, and they may not find time in a specific duration to sit and learn from the lessons. So we have given them this flexibility that they can actually log in and learn more about it, or maybe learn at their own pace without having a fixed schedule of learning from the portal in one day or a specific time. And as already mentioned, that all the courses that we run out here have university partnership accreditation, where you get the certifications, degrees accredited by many renowned universities. Now, it may look like to you that I have to complete the whole course in a go. No, it is not like that. All the courses that we have are divided into further in some modules in such a way that you'll enjoy the learning, you'll learn it better, and you'll get your doubts also resolved within this modular framework. Because when you follow the modular framework, you are actually subdividing the concepts, which makes it easier for the learners to learn better. And that is the idea why when we keep the modular course delivery, when you do one topic at one time and move further with the course and try to complete and become an expert of your own industry. You must be thinking that it's all online, so I might not get assistance sometimes. Maybe there is nobody to help me out. But let me tell you that you have somebody to keep your self, to hold your hands, to support you all the time, and that will be your personal tutor. You will always get the support from the personal tutor anyway when you are facing any problem, like technical issue that sometimes we face online, right? It's a technical world and we end up facing that, so you will be getting support for the same, or any of the queries related to the course or anything. You will get enough support from the personal tutor to help you all out there. And yes, we continue doing so that we try helping each and every of you learning it. And the designing of the course is also done in such a way that it becomes easier for you to learn. Now, how do we say that? Because you have some videos which you can watch n number of times and revise your concepts. And these videos are made by the experts, so they deliver the best material, and you will get to know many of the concepts that maybe they are trending in the industry, or you should be knowing it being in your industry. Now, apart from the videos, you actually get the access to essential readings also, which actually extend your knowledge of what you have learned in the video lecture. You'll get to know more about it, and you will be happy to know that we provide the access of all the references used by us in all the lessons, so that you know from where your course is designed for, from where you are going to learn something, so that you can feel that yes, there is some kind of surety, credibility of the course that is being given to you, the materials and everything. You can always have a look at our site called www.uniathana.com and get to know all the courses, information, short courses, academic courses, masters, diplomas, whatever you name it, and you get it. So you get to know a lot about the courses, and you learn more about the courses before you enroll it on the site. And obviously you will be entertained. If you want to know more, you will be getting in touch with some of the people. Like, let me share their IDs. We have two IDs on which you can have your queries. One is admissions@uniathana.com. The other one is fatima@uniathana.com. Please do reach out to us in case you are interested for any of the courses and you want maybe to learn more by doing any course, or you want to maybe get promotion by doing some kind of an MBA in your industry and get an expert advice for this. Please reach out to us on these mail IDs and you will be surely helped with that. So to moving further, I'll have my other PPT on my screen, and then we can get to know about the concept, maybe clarification of anything that you wanted to know from Mr. Sopingtet, and I'll also try helping out. We can have the questions one by one. We can see many questions. We'll be taking one question at a time, and we'll try to cover as many questions as we can. So there is one question asked by Bernard. So it says, which training method suit an inexperienced employee in an organization? What do you have to say about that, Sopingtet?
Basically, according to the specific method, based on my own idea, I just recommend you to use the the training program related to on-the-job training method, that you can use on-the-job training method by using the instruction, coaching, counseling, delegating, or secondment. And sometimes you can use a guide, project, and exit. Yes. One more point, and recently, according to the time, and we cannot go through the face-to-face, and we can use the flip classroom, flip classroom. Yes. And in short, for the answer. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. And I think we have another interesting question related to the same. So, how effective is e-learning and online modules can be than the other training methods?
Yes, surely, clearly, about the e-learning or online learning method is really important nowadays. We can make the comparison to the 20th century and 21st century related to how the employee or how the employer, how the leader can share or can perform properly related to an e-learning or online learning. Sometimes we cannot have enough time to get the seminar or to get the meeting or the training course by face-to-face, or we can call a physical training. So we can record the video. Yes, we can download, we can check from YouTube, or we can join the training course like the webinar. Like this is the good point or the good way to providing them to get knowledge, skill, and capacity or ability to perform the task properly, and which is good, you know. And then we can, while using the online e-learning and studying, we can save travel expense, travel expense. We cannot spend much time, we cannot spend much money, and so on. Yes, same.
So another question that we have is from an employee perspective, what approach will I put in use to learn in working environment where MD and the other officers are present?
Oh, yeah, this is the cool question. I
Yeah.
think that the approach for providing them to get properly, guiding them, doing the project is the good point. And another point, coaching and mentoring. Coaching and mentoring are really important to them. Sometimes we cannot give the theory or give the definition to them, but we need to provide them, lead them, but practice them to know exactly. Yes. Okay. So mentoring and coaching is really important.
Yes, it's really very important. We have one question, and that's a very interesting question. It says that is technology-based training and e-learning are synonyms?
And basically, it can be synonym, but it can be challenging a little bit different. While talking about the online learning, means that we are far away from each other, but we need to make a specific explanation and based on the online, like right now, we can say this is the online learning and teaching, or we can call doing the great beginning. And e-learning is a part of the how to record the video or something like this. Yes, and you can add more. Yes, please add more.
I think that they can be same and different at the same time, because they can be a technical training at on the job. Maybe I am in somebody who has to deal with technology. So if my industry requires that, I may have it like a technical training, and it might not be an e-learning, right? Because e-learning is something that is available easily for us at any of the time. So it might not be an e-learning, but it can be an electric technical training. But at the same time, we can also go for the same, you can use e-learning to deliver technical trainings. So that can be same and different altogether. That's what I believe so. And I think that you might be agreeing to the same. Now, we had one more question related to this, that what is the best time to conduct training needs assessment in an organization? So the best time, that's a very tricky question. What do you say about that?
I cannot answer in general, but I can share my own experience related to the best time for conducting the training and program. In my country, usually they conduct at the weekend. Okay, Monday to Friday they are working, and Saturday and Sunday we can conduct the specific training program. Yes, this is the first thing. The second thing, they can conduct the training program in the evening. Yes, for the evening hour, like from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Yes, okay. And the duration of the training program should be conducted from on 5 days to 10 days or 15 days, depending on the purpose of the training program or depending on the specific topic. Yes. You can
Okay.
add.
No, that's well said, and I think we already shared it very nicely. And I would like to actually highlight one of the question which is getting my eye. It says Abdul Habib is saying that as a leader, how can you identify the need of the meaningful training? Now, if you talk from the experience, let me tell you that leaders can actually see the bird's eye view, right? So they get some time to observe you, which you might not get. Like what you are doing into the things. Obviously, you might be aware of some of the things that you know. You may have the idea how you can improve that. But when somebody, let me give you one example of it, very basic example. There is one country, okay? I am one citizen of it. Can I see the whole country at the same time? Probably no, right? The answer is no. Maybe you may have some technical answers, but I can't see the whole country at the same time. But somebody from the helicopter, right, can see the whole country, whole city at the same time, right? They can maybe see the minute things and they can tell us what exactly in it. The same work, the same responsibility, or the same thing that the leader do. The leaders, they actually get the idea about what you're doing and how that can be improved. So I believe that yes, leaders can be in position to tell you, to help you improve it. And I am sure that they have gone through the same stage that you are doing right now. So they must be in a position to give you an advice which will walk you like easily. You'll be able to get the things sorted very easily, and you may, after some years, you will be feeling that oh my god, I was sitting with the silly problem and my leader helped me out. So that can be one of the way to know about it. Ask somebody, maybe your leader, your manager, for your feedback, and I'm sure you'll be surprised to know some of the things that you might not be knowing about, right? We have many questions, so I'll move on to the next one. To be a trainer, must have. So what can be some of the must have for a trainer? That's a very nice question. I appreciate Mohammed for asking this question. Sofik, would you like to address this one?
Okay, related, before we move to the question, I just add some point related to the previous question, that usually we can conduct a training program before we start to work, before we allow the staff or the officer to work in the organization, in the company. And then when they are performing the task properly, we can conduct during their performance. Like they can complete the task 1 month, 1 year, and then when we know exactly their ability, that they are like of this point or that point, we can conduct a training program or training course. And another point related to your question, that, sorry, can you ask it again?
No problem. Let me go to the next question, and we can have that next question also. No problem at all. So the question was related to the traits or the skills that a trainer must have, right? So what do you think are some of the traits that you would trainer must be having?
Yes, this is a good question. Related to the characteristic of the trainer, yes, there are a lot of that can share to all you and some factor. The first, the trainer needs to have the good health. Yes, good health. And the second one, the trainer needs to have the good research.
Yeah.
Yes, to do the many research. They need to have the skill. They need to have the good attitude, or they need to have the professional ethic, and then they need to have enough experience related to that major or that skill. Yes.
So we have one question related to our field. So it says that what effective, so Sarafina is asking this question. I am not sure if this is the correct pronunciation, bear me if it is not. But the question is, what effective training method is used in teaching field? So first of all, let me tell you that there are many methods and they have the benefits and like there are pros and cons of everything, right? But on the basis of my learning and what I have observed till now, I would say that experiential learning or some when you discover something on your own, when you give the child, if we talk about the student, if we give the student to help them discover something on their own and help them experience the training, right? So let me tell you that I got to know about this later in my life, that these historical tours by our educational institutes, say school, college, these historical tours are there to help you experience the reality or what has been there in the history. I happened to miss out some of them, and when I got to know about it, that oh my god, this is something that I had to do, and that was the most important part for me, keeping very interested in history, which sometimes I might was not. So this was really experience, and this made me say it right now also, that experiential learning, when you discover it, when you let the child or the student discover on their own, that could be some of the best training method from my side. This is what I believe. You can also share your opinions of about this question. This is a very interesting question for us.
It's okay. The best answer from you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Yes.
Now, yes, we'll take some more questions. So one of the question asks you, what is the benefit for a company to provide training for employees? A very nice question. I would literally say that it's what a very, because you saw some of the companies on the slide we shared, that these companies are doing awesome training and development from like many lists in the world. These training, so they are renowned and all, so maybe for a reason. I think so first you would like to share something about it, and then I'll try to extend it.
Yes, related to the benefit of training to the company. The first thing, it can improve the job performance of the staff. The second one, it can increase the job certification of the staff, and then enhance the skill and competency or capacity to the staff. And then the staff can get higher employee motivation. After that, and the better career development opportunity. And finally, the whole company will get successful or reaching to the goal, to the national or international goal. Yes.
Thank you.
That's
I think
all.
you've already addressed it in the webinar as well. And the person who has asked this question, I would request you to watch this webinar. You'll actually get to know more about it. Because we have talked about it in a deeper and like in elaborated sense. The next question which we should be addressing is a very tricky question or difficult question to ask the answer. That is, what's the best approach training method to an egoistic or unmotivated employee? That's a difficult
It
task.
is not. Yes, I just share my own idea. It's not the worldwide idea or worldwide answer to expressing all of you.
Yeah.
According to staff, we can say the staff, there are three part of the staff. The first we can call the active staff. Second one, the passive staff, and the third one is the interactive staff. So if they are the active staff, they will follow all of the guidelines from the company or from the leader. But if they are the passive, they really don't want to join anything. Yes, because they are passive. But if you would like to train them, if you would like to push them for training, the most important factor is providing them the benefit of key motivator. You need to tell them about the benefit. Yes, benefit. For example, if they don't want to join the training program, you need to tell them if you are joining the training program, you are going to get the benefit like give the reward, promotion, give the travel, and get the high rank officer and increase the salary and so on. Yes. That's all.
This question actually threw me back in one of the days where I was running a training with shopping, and you will be happy to know like what happened, or maybe I don't know, maybe you can have your own feeling. So what exactly happened in that? Before starting the training, I asked my learner, I gave them all a slip, like a paper strip, and I asked them to write what are they feeling right now, like before the training. And they all wrote some of the things great, like they're feeling great, they're having a nice day. But there were 2-3 members of the training, like the trainees, they shared some of very sensitive thing to like I should be very careful about that during my training. Maybe somebody is not happy with something happened at home, somebody lost somebody. So there were some of the things. This question made me realize that it's very important to understand the audience, which the same concept that we have talked in the same need analysis thing, right? It's very important to know your trainees, because when you know your trainees' mood, you know their like what they're going through, then you will be in a better position. So having said that, you have somebody is not motivated enough, not like somebody who might not look at your perspective. Okay, so it's very important to know these trainings and then move further, because you can design your sentences, you can design your approach to reach that person in a certain manner. So having said that they are egoistic and they are unmotivated will actually give you an advantage. You already know that that person has certain kind of a feeling. Now how do you approach it? That will be your call, and that will make your training to the best, right? So we have a few more questions which we will be taking further. So there is one more question: how can a manager be able to identify qualify employees? So I think that's somewhat answered in the previous questions. So that we can go to the next question. Is there any benefit of training employees on IT and AI? That's a good one. What do you say?
Yes, I think it's really good. According to the question related to AI, yes, ICT or AI. Nowadays we are challenging everything related to digital or the AI. If the trainer does not have enough ability, experience to conduct a workshop or the training program related to the AI, and the participant or the staff don't know exactly about how to use the AI or how to do the tool related to the ICT, there will be the problem. They cannot run the business properly. Yes. Right now, we cannot move to the traditional business. So most of the things are conducting based on the advertisement or based on the online. That's why AI or the ICT really important to them. So all of the stuff need to be clear the way of using the digital and to the ICT or the AI. I can raise one example related to my country. Right now, they need to use the e-government, but some of the staff, some of the officer cannot go exactly clearly. They cannot use the tool or the app. For example, some of them cannot know how to use Zoom or Google Meet properly. So how can they make it challenging, or how can they working cooperating each other properly? So this is important. So AI or ICT is really important to them. Yes, okay, you can say that.
I think you've already mentioned it, and I believe the same, because see, if you are stuck to a point where you don't want to learn more, then some or the other point of the day, you may be losing something that you already have. Having said that, let me give you an example of it, that it's very long history that I'm talking about. We used to have everything on papers, like registers and banks and everything. We used to have everything on paper, but eventually the technology came. Now there could be some of the people who were not so handy with technology. What happened to them? Maybe they lost their job, right? So this is very important to walk with the trend. because now we have many AI tools. If we do not learn about them, if we do not get to know more about it, we will become obsolete for our organization. And that can be a threat, right? So it's very important to help your employees learn these skills. It's very important that you get these skills so that you can be an asset to wherever you go, right? There are many questions, but I feel that we will have to have another webinar for this, entertaining these questions, as we are running short of time. So I'll take one question, the last question, which says, which method should be effective to be taught to an inexperienced? I think we have already addressed this question, so let's call it a day. And we're really happy with all of your participations. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been really very good, amazing experience of having these active and participative participants. And we look forward to something related to it. First of all, I would like to say a very big thank to Mr. Sofentep to attend this, to help us know more about it from your experiences, from your knowledge. It's been really helpful, and we couldn't ask for more. It just was very wonderful to have you in this webinar and help us know more about training and development. This was a very learningful journey, and all the participants out there who have participated, thank you so much for being so active and participated throughout the webinar. Thank you so much, Mr. Sofingtep.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you, everyone. Yes, goodbye. See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.